I think the number one tip that I've heard from a lot of people to give someone who's starting out is just put it out, whatever it is, just put it out. Obviously try and put some effort into it and make it your own and make it something you're proud of, but don't overthink it, because that extra couple of hours that you're spending on this video could be the extra couple of hours, it could be the first couple of hours you put into the next video. So rather than overdoing one and try and make one perfect video, make 3 or 4 that are good. And you kind of, the more you do, the more experience you get out of it, and you learn a lot more the more you put out there. So I think someone, is it like Harris Heller, or a lot of people just say the first 100 videos are going to suck, but the 101st video, you will be okay and you'll do something with it. So that's something that I've learned from hearing from people and from my own experience, is that you can overdo things and overthink it. And sometimes it's better to just post it, even if you know it's not perfect, just so you can move on to the next one and get the momentum going. Because you can, I've been a victim of this too. You try and over edit something, you put out one video and then you kind of either burn yourself out or you don't have any ideas or inspiration to do the next one, and it becomes like months or weeks before you do something else.
Yep. And then the longer it goes on, the more you think about like, dude, I haven't posted in 2 weeks. Like, what's the point even of posting now? Like, it's not going to get caught in any algorithm. Yeah. It's like a weird mental hurdle you kind of got to get over to, like, all right, like I'm just going to let it rip and we'll see how it does. You feel like that comes from like a place of comparison, like comparing yourself to like other content out there, or do you think it's like I know I can do better kind of a thing?
I think it depends on the person, because a lot of people are perfectionists and they sort of want to do something and do it right. But there's also, I feel like it comes down to what you're trying to get out of it and what position you're in. So I feel like, especially maybe the people we talk to are the people who don't do this as their living and are doing this as a hobby. And so it becomes, and I know this applies to me, it's like, this is my hobby. This is something I do for fun. I don't make any money out of it. How much time do I put into it before it becomes like it feels like a chore and there's no enjoyment in it? So sometimes you can get caught up in doing something for a long time and you're doing it out of love or passion or fun. And sometimes the more you put into it, it becomes less fun. Like the return you get is the enjoyment, and you get less return the more you put into something. Sometimes you can burn yourself out.
Yeah, it's a weird balance, because like if you don't put in a little more time here and there, you also like never grow.
That's it. Yeah.
You never learn. So you can, like, if you don't put in enough time,
yeah,
you never learn and you never grow. But if you put in too much time to like one thing, then you never grow either, because like nobody ever sees you, because you're just behind a computer like sweating trying to figure out like one video.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's a hard balance that I think a lot of people struggle with at the start when they're establishing themselves,
especially when there's like no initial return on investment. Like most people aren't going to see any payout for months or years. So it's hard, I think, for a lot of people as well, because they'll see 1 or 2 people that put in a few months or a year and then they made it, with maybe doing the exact same thing. Like maybe all they did was stream like 6 hours every couple days or something like that, and then they grew. So yeah, it can be discouraging, but that's why I was like, I wonder if it comes from a place of comparison and like thinking about what other people are doing and less focusing on like, what can I do, what value do I bring, kind of a thing.
I think you do compare yourself. I think even unintentionally sometimes, like you don't obviously compare yourself out of jealousy sometimes, but it's also like, hey, that person's been streamed for 3 months, they've already made Twitch partner. Or like this person uploads a couple of videos and all of a sudden they've got 6,000 subscribers. I've been putting out videos every week and they're only getting like 20 views per video. It's kind of like, what am I doing wrong? And why is this guy doing better than me? But not because you don't want that other person to be successful. You just want to know for yourself. And
Yeah.
yeah.
But I think that's good when you start asking those questions. At least that's what's helped. I don't know. It's hard for me to talk from like a place of success because I don't think I've reached a place of success, but I think those are important questions to ask if you're really trying to grow and if you're not trying to make it a hobby.
Yeah.
Like, why are they doing better? And why am I doing worse? Because you could find answers that will help you do better.
Yeah. And it's also, you kind of want to figure out yourself what you want to get out of it. Like, do you want to grow? Is growing important? Sometimes it's not important. And it's something you have to come to terms with, that like, if I keep doing this, I'm not going to grow, but I'll have more fun. Is the fun the part that you want to get out of it, or is the numbers something you want to get out of it? And there's nothing wrong with either.